Ever wonder why INFJs, often known as the advocate personality type, seem to steer clear of certain situations or things? Well, let's unravel this mystery together. INFJs, which stands for introverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging, are rare gems in the personality spectrum. They are known for their profound sense of idealism, strong intuitive capabilities, and a constant striving for personal growth and self-understanding. Being introverted, they relish their alone time, using it to reflect and introspect. Their intuitive trait allows them to see beyond the obvious, peering into the heart of matters with uncanny accuracy. The feeling aspect of their personality makes them deeply empathetic, while their judging trait ensures they are organized and decisive. These unique traits lead INFJs to have certain preferences and aversions, which can be intriguing to understand. They are not just random dislikes, but rather reflections of their deep-seated values and principles. Intrigued? Let's dive into the 6 things that INFJs typically avoid. First on the list of things INFJs avoid is superficiality. This isn't surprising given that INFJs are known to crave depth and meaningful connections. They aren't interested in small talk or surface-level banter. They're more inclined to dive deep into a conversation and explore the hidden depths of a person's character. This profound desire for real, authentic interaction often leads them to steer clear of situations that feel shallow or meaningless. Next up, conflict. Despite their strong opinions and values, INFJs are typically conflict-averse. Their sensitive nature and strong emphasis on harmony mean they're likely to avoid confrontational situations. That doesn't mean they shy away from standing up for what they believe in, but they usually prefer to do so in a peaceful, non-confrontational manner. They're the ones trying to find common ground or a compromise, aiming to maintain a harmonious environment. Finally, for this part of the list, we have rigid structures. INFJs are naturally creative and flexible individuals who thrive in environments that allow them to express their ideas freely. They're not fans of strict rules or rigid structures that limit their ability to innovate or adapt. Being boxed into a strict routine or a too structured environment can feel stifling to an INFJ, and they'll likely seek to avoid such situations. But that's not all. There are more things that INFJs tend to avoid. So stay tuned as we uncover more in our next segment. Moving on to the 4th thing that INFJs avoid: insincerity. This personality type has a deep appreciation for authenticity and truth. They can sense when someone is being fake or dishonest, and it's like a thorn in their side. INFJs value genuine connections and meaningful conversations. A facade or a mask, that's a no-go for them. They would rather have a handful of true friends than be surrounded by a crowd of pretentious people. Now let's talk about the 5th thing: overstimulation. INFJs, like many introverted individuals, require periods of quiet and solitude to recharge. They crave spaces of peace and tranquility where they can delve into their thoughts and reflect. Loud environments, bustling crowds, or constant social engagements can be exhausting for them. It's not that they dislike socializing or being active, but they need a balance to maintain their mental energy and well-being. Lastly, INFJs hate being rushed. They are thoughtful and contemplative individuals who like to take their time to think, reflect, and make decisions. They prefer a well-thought-out plan over impulsive actions. When they feel rushed or pushed, it can cause them immense stress and discomfort. They value their time and the quality of their work, and rushing rarely aligns with these principles, so those are the 6 things that INFJs typically steer clear of. It's not an exhaustive list, but it gives a clear insight into the things that make them tick. Or rather, the things that tick them off. Now that we've explored the 6 things INFJs avoid, let's quickly recap. First, we identified superficiality as a no-go zone for INFJs. They crave depth and meaningful connections, making shallow interactions a hard pass. Next, we touched on conflict. INFJs are peacekeepers, and any form of quarrel or discord deeply unsettles them. We then delved into how INFJs shun rigid structures. They value flexibility and creativity over strict rules or guidelines. Our 4th point was insincerity. INFJs have a knack for detecting dishonesty, and they avoid it like the plague. Overstimulation was the 5th item on our list. INFJs are sensitive to their surroundings, and they prefer calm, serene environments to chaotic ones. Lastly, we discussed how INFJs dislike being rushed. They need time and space to process their thoughts and emotions. Understanding these preferences helps us better appreciate the unique perspective of INFJs and how they navigate the world around them.